Welcome hunters, my name is Dugarr and this is the HORI Split Pad Pro Monster Hunter Rise Edition. Everyone who ever tried to play Monster Hunter with a regular Joy-Cons knows the pain in your thumb that is. So thanks to HORI we got an option that promised to make it all better. So let's take a look in the box. And seems we only got the controller and the pamphlet, but honestly, what do you need more? So let's take them out first. Have a beautiful design, Magnum print. I hope the camera can capture this. Feels good in hand, very light. I guess that's due to the fact that this controller doesn't come with rumble. Also does not have NFC or gyro, but we look into that once we tried out an actual game. So, see you later.
Day 2.
So, I'm back and I spent yesterday all day with the HORI Split Pad Pro, and I can say this is way better than the regular Joy-Cons. I really had fun with it, and besides Monster Hunter, I also tried Luigi's Mansion 3 and Zelda Link's Awakening. One thing's for sure, I probably will never go back to regular Joy-Cons. So, how was it? The Switch itself feels beefier with the Split Pad Pro and has a very good grip because of the added size. The buttons are very responsive, overall feeling really good. And especially the buttons on the back are a nice thing to have. But there are a few things I didn't like. One personal preference that wasn't 100% met, one thing that might be a defect in my unit itself, and one thing that could make the HORI Split Pad Pro absolutely unusable for you. And one minor inconvenience. The first thing is the positioning of the right analog stick, or the main thing why you would buy an alternative controller to the Joy-Cons. Honestly, this is just my personal thing. So it may be pointless to you, but if you look at the stick on the Nintendo Pro Controller, it is aligned pretty much between the Y and the B button. And this is exactly where I want it to be, because I grip the stick only barely with the side of my thumb and rests it above the face buttons. On the Split Pad Pro, the stick is a bit further down and aligns with the B button, which irritates my muscle memory. This resolves itself if you stick to one controller for a prolonged time. But if you switch your controller often like I do, the right positioning of its elements becomes quite important. But again, that's only me, my personal gripe, and I only mention it for people who tick like me. The next thing is the A button. As you can see, it sticks out quite a bit on the outer side, and sometimes it doesn't recognize you pressing it. This is more noticeable if you have to hold the button and suddenly the game thinks you released it. This only happens with the A button, so maybe my unit is faulty. If you have a Split Pad Pro, let me know in the comments if you notice the same problem. So, what can make or break the HORI Split Pad Pro for you are the gyro controls, or better the lack of it. Most people won't miss it, but if you're a gunner or bow user in Monster Hunter Rise and utilize the gyro controls, the Split Pad Pro is a no-go for you. It became especially apparent to me as I tried to play Luigi's Mansion 3. Here you have to hold a button to activate an ability and then aim with the gyro or the right analog stick. But how do you operate the right analog stick if your thumb is already pressing the X button? As a Monster Hunter player, you know that claw grip is not for everyone. And you really have to think hard if you want a Split Pad Pro as an avid gyro control user. And lastly, there is no NFC. If you're like me and you use the Amiibo lottery every day, you will have to connect a regular Joy-Con for that and then switch back to the Switch Pad Pro. It's just a minor inconvenience and shouldn't prevent you buying this controller. So, what's my final verdict? The HORI Split Pad Pro finally enables me to play Monster Hunter Rise in handheld mode. So this is a definite win. Overall, I'd say it gives me 90% of what I expected from it. I don't miss the rumble function and amiibos aren't that prominent anymore. What I really miss are the gyro controls. In my opinion, there are games that aren't playable without it, and if I buy a controller, I want it to be able to play all my games. All in all, I can still recommend the HORI Split Pad Pro for everyone who wants a more pro-like feel in handheld mode and doesn't care for the features like rumble, NFC or gyro controls. My hopes are that there will be a 2.0 version of the Split Pad Pro, which pushes the right analog stick just a bit further to the Y button and gives me gyro controls. So what are your takes? Do you plan buying a Split Pad Pro for yourself, or do you already have one? If so, how satisfied are you with it? Let me know in the comments, and if you found this video useful, give it a like, subscribe, and we see us in the next one. And as always, stay strong, keep hunting.